The Black Excellence quarterfinals begin between the 80s stars and the 2000 stars. CC Sabathia is actually on two rosters, both the 2000s and 2010s. Gooden also on two rosters, on the 80s and in the 90s stars, which you will see on the other side of the bracket. As you can see, Mets Hall of Famer in 2010, Rookie of the Year 84, Cy Young in 85, probably the greatest rookie season of all time. He goes up against the Yankees' all-time hits leader, Derek Jeter. Unfortunately, is going to fly out to center field. All right, here's the lineup for the 2000s All-Stars. It is Jeter, Figgins, Bonds, Howard, Fielder, Curtis Granderson, Torii Hunter, Ray Durham, and Charles Johnson. Johnson and Bonds are also on two different rosters, same along with Prince Fielder, and I believe Curtis Granderson as well. So a lot of guys who span, more than one decade or one era of baseball. And Chone Figgins is going to be sat down. Dwight Gooden, known for his curveball. They didn't have spin rate back in his day, but believe me, you knew a nasty curve when you saw it. I didn't need the RPMs. Believe me, the eyeball test shows it all. All right, Barry Bonds, an actual San Francisco Giant. He's going to hit this one right at Lou Whitaker, who's going to grab that. That didn't exactly make the greatest of face for him, but to get his attributes at least decent in my opinion. Here is Carsten Charles Sabathia. Nobody ever calls him that. He also doesn't weigh 272 anymore. I don't know if you've seen him lately on social media, but that man is slimmed down. He looks pretty hockey in my opinion. He's going to face Mr. Ozzie Smith. Probably one of the more controversial Hall of Famers, but it doesn't matter. He's in. You can't take him out. It is what it is. Probably the greatest defensive shortstop of all time. 15-time Gold Glover. And oh, look, right behind him is probably top 5 best hitters of all time. And I mean that in Tony Gwynn, a man who was like batting .350 with 2 strikes. Doesn't have a 2-strike opportunity there, but he does get a base hit. And Eddie Murray is going to be walked. Oh, man, the bases are going to be loaded. One of the best power hitters of the 80s, Kirby Puckett. Bases juiced, and oh, come on. You wouldn't have swung at that back in your day. Now a double play is a possibility. All right. At the bottom of the lineup, you see Terry McGriff. He's the cousin of Fred McGriff and the uncle of Charles Johnson. Lenny Randle is probably one of the names you have never seen before. He's played 12 years for 5 different teams. Was a pretty solid defender. Not much offensively, but hey, he held down a pretty long career. Fly ball to left. And the 80s team is going to get themselves a run across the board. They're up 1-0. Barry Bonds wasn't as good of a fielder in his older age, but he still won a couple of Gold Gloves alongside having one of the most prolific bats of all time. Ground ball third over to second, and they will only surrender 1 run. Ryan Howard, listen, I think he's a Hall of Famer, but what do I know? I don't vote for any of this. He will face Gooden, only 16 pitches in. And Howard just going to slap one up the middle. Okay, probably something he could have did a little more. Said teams hadn't thrown the shift against him in his heyday. Prince Fielder, one of the best power first basemen. 3 top, 3 finishes in the MVP race. Unfortunately, he never got one. His teammate Ryan Braun did, and I think a lot of people don't agree with that. Anyhow, Curtis Granderson batting number 6, one of the only other players alongside Jimmy Rollins to go 20-20-20 in a season. 20-20-20 in a season. The steals, home runs, triples, and doubles. Gooden gets out of it without a problem. I'm really not surprised. This version of Gooden is like a 99, and it's really difficult to get hits off him. As you see, strikes out yet another batter, Ray Durham. Good defensive second baseman. Swings and misses at a hook. Hook got you looking, man. That's 3 strikeouts already. Charles Johnson, one of the rare black catchers in all of baseball beyond like 1980. But he was very good. 2-time Gold Glover. Here's Eddie Murray. Swing and a miss. Ooh, Sabathia's like, listen, Doc, you had your day, but he'll have his. Especially considering he is up for the Hall of Fame in, I believe, a year or so. Doc Gooden and Derek Jeter were teammates, and I don't think Jeter liked being struck out by him. Now Bonds gets an opportunity, 3-1. Oh, what else is new? He walks. It's not an intentional walk, but as you see, Bonds still has more walks than the Tampa Bay Rays in general. Swing and a miss. Ryan Howard going to be sat down swinging. He did do a lot of that in his career. Now Kirby Puckett gets a chance. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Man, that changeup is doing damage. And mind you, he's a lefty. You know, a lot of right-handed hitters tend to hit lefties very well. We're not seeing that here. And a lefty-lefty matchup ends in a strikeout as well. Sabathia, when he was a free agent, I believe he might have wanted to go to California. He wanted to be wearing Giants orange and black, but he decided to go to New York. And honestly, I think that's the best thing he could have done. Dwight Gooden, 7 Ks. We haven't even got through the 5th yet. Ground ball. Torii Hunter down the line to third. Gets past Randle and rolls all the way to the 1989 MVP. Kevin Mitchell throws it in, and it is going to be a little offline. As the 2000 All-Stars get a runner in scoring position with 2 away. Swinging. No, that's a thrown curveball. And Torii Hunter steals third. You're going to see a lot more aggressiveness on the base paths from a lot of guys here, I got to admit. Listen. Stealing bases, it's not the modern day thing, but it was still a thing back in the 2000s. So it's good to see. Good to see guys taking a chance, taking extra bases as needed. Ooh, devastating slider by CC Sabathia, his 4th strikeout. Lenny Randle, going to be a victim of the same manner. This time low in the zone. Johnson throws him out, and that ends the 5th. Only 1 offensive run scored. And listen, Doc Gooden has a decent amount of complete games. I would not be surprised if he goes at least 8 strong in this matchup. But he will face Derek Jeter in a semi-clutch situation, something he's known for. Hits it into the gap, curveball. Going to be retrieved by Gwynn, but that runner going to second will only move up 1 base. Now it's time for Barry. Swing. Oh, it's on the ground. That's pretty uneventful. Runner coming around from third, slides in, the tag, ooh, not in time. It is a tie ball game here in the 6th with 1 away. Here's Howard. Swing, changeup he probably could have left alone, no, but it scoots past Whitaker at second. 1 run will score, throw in the third. Bonds safe at third. 2000s All-Stars also have another opportunity to get some more runs, and that's crazy against such a phenomenal pitcher as Doc Dwight Gooden. Fielder 0 for 2. Gooden creeping up on 100 pitches, but when he pitched, that didn't matter. Guys threw a lot more complete games back then. 101st pitch, and he's not able to spot the zone. As you can see, he's got 50-50 balls to strikes. That's not really like him. And he's able to set down Torii Hunter on strikeouts. As we might see, he's fired up. He is fired up. I didn't think of him as that kind of player back in the day, but hey, it is what it is. Oh boy, Tony Gwynn, a base hitting machine. Hits one to second, kicks off the glove of Durham. Gwynn is going to be safe. Not known to be very fast, but he wasn't horrible on the base pass by any means. Eddie Murray, ground ball down the line to third. It's going to roll in the foul territory. Bonds throws it back in. Runner coming around third. Jeter to throw home. Not in time. Tied ball game at 2 here in the 6th. Mitchell up at the plate, hits one deep to center. It is not even going to hit the warning track, and it is going to be the final out there in the 6th. Not without Murray driving one in. Charles Johnson here in the 7th, 113th pitch. Whew. Doc Gooden picks up an 11th strikeout. He is one of 30 players to have over 30 10 strikeout games in their career, and Derek Jeter, unlike him, to swing at such a bad pitch, but it is what it is. Tie ball game. Unless we can get to the bullpen, I'm not sure. This might be a long one. Griffey. Yeah, I forgot to mention Griffey was on this team. He's going to get a base hit in the right field. CC is also pushing 100 pitches. Now well over that mark, 3-2. Lenny Randle strikes out on a slider. Again, not known for his batting prowess, more of a good defender, solid defender. You can stick a second, third, maybe a little bit in the outfield, but just not a batter. Here's Michael Jackson. I know this is the 80s, and this is not a joke. This guy is real. He actually did play baseball. Finished 21st in the MVP race in 1998. Not that that mattered, considering some of the people that won or that were involved. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and he grounds out the first. Next batter, Barry. Can he give us some fireworks? Nope, it's going to be dirt work, says he. Ground out second and first. Oh, man, come on, Barry. You got to show a lot more patience than that. Anyways, Al Jones and Roy Lee Jackson, both 80s relievers and part-time starters, will be warming up. Howard's going to be jammed on a fastball. Sorry, that's a slider. Hit the left. Through 8 innings, still tied, man. This might be a series that goes all the way down to the final game. But we'll see. Kevin Mitchell hits this one on the left. It's going to bounce down on the grass. He's going to have himself really what amounts to a long single. Arthur Rhodes coming in out of the bullpen for the 2000s team. Arthur Rhodes actually could have been on 3 different rosters. I decided to only keep him on 2. That being the 2000s and the 90s. He did pitch till 2011. Ray King comes out of the bullpen. He had a solid career of his own. Ground ball, the third over the first. Second over the first. No, he is going to be safe here in the 9th inning. Who's coming up? Oh, it is Terry McGriff. Nope, not known for his offense. He's not his cousin by any way, shape, or form. He really didn't play that much, but he might have got an opportunity to play baseball because of nepotism. I don't know, and I ain't mad at it, honestly. He had a solid career. Roy Lee Jackson comes out of the bullpen, and Juan Pierre comes off the bench. Ignore those numbers. Really ignore those numbers. The last time he played, and Pierre is Ricky Henderson light. Okay, he is a runner in scoring position, even if he is on first. 614 steals in his career, which actually is the most since the year 1995. He started playing in 2000. That's how much the stolen base hasn't been a thing in baseball. Guys can get 40 steals in this day and age, and they'll lead the league. Like, that's kind of pathetic in my opinion. Oh no, it's a ground ball to left. Oh, come on. Wow, Mitchell. I don't know if you want to score that an error, score that a base hit, but Jeter gets the job done. Chone Figgins. Curveball, throw to third. Jeter takes third, which is really surprising. I didn't realize he had 77 successful stolen bases at third. In fact, he actually injured himself at one point, stealing a third base. Back in 2012, 2013, one of his final years. It's Roy Lee Jackson gets the strikeout. Can he get out of it? Only giving up one as he faces one of the most patient hitters. Though he hasn't shown it today, and he continues to not do so. Fly out into foul territory. We jump to the 10th. All right, Tom Gordon is going to come out of the bullpen. He is the father of D. Strange Gordon, who is on a completely other team. He is one of 5 players to have 200 starts, 100 wins, 100 saves, and 1,000 strikeouts in Major League Baseball history. He did start out his career as a starter, finished it out as a closer. Kind of the opposite of, say, maybe John Schmaltz. It's Ozzie Smith looks to try to get on base, but unfortunately it's going to be a fly out to Orlando Hudson, who did sub in for Mr. Durham. And Tony Gwynn Ground ball past Jeter is short, and you know what that means. If there's a runner on and the batter coming up next, Eddie Murphy, there is an opportunity for fireworks. And throw to second, sliding in. He is going to be safe. Tony Gwynn taking a base. Not something you saw later in his career. You know, weight happened to be one of the things he used to get a lot of flack for, but he was still a phenomenal hitter. And pop up into the infield, and the 2000 Stars are going to get away with one, eking out the victory 3-2 here in the quarterfinal series. If you want to see any more of this tournament, click on the playlist you see there, sub to the channel. I'll holler at y'all later. This is the Black Excellence Tournament here on State of the Franchise Gaming.